Hey guys, and welcome back to Franchise Nation. I'm your host, Moonlightswami, and today I'm bringing you guys the league recap for week number 7, week number 8, somewhere in there, of the New Orleans Saints franchise. We have had our ups and downs and sit at 4-3, which I'll show you is last place in our division, shockingly. But before I do anything else, let's take a look around the league, and then we'll take a look at some stats, some re-signings, and whatnot. In the NFC West, the Cardinals are 4-2, Seahawks 2-4, Rams 2-5, and the 49ers 0-7. Yikes. NFC East, very tight race, 4-3 through 3-4. Two teams at 3-3. In the NFC South, the Panthers lead the way at 5-2. Falcons and Bucks at 4-2, and us at 4-3 are in last place. Another really tight divisional race. In the NFC North, the Bears lead the way with the Packers a game back, Vikings 2-5, and the Lions bottom feeders at 1-6. In the AFC West, it's Raiders and Chargers at the top. Chiefs 4-3, Broncos 2-4. The Patriots, Bills, and Dolphins all sit at 4-3 with the Jets at 3-4. Another tight division. AFC South not as fortunate. 5-1 Jaguars. Their only loss came against us. The Colts 3-3, Texans 1-5. Their only win came against us, and the Titans at 1-6. And lastly, the AFC North, the Steelers 5-0-1. The Browns 5-1-1. Bengals 4-3, and Ravens 1-5. For us, statistics have not been too kind. Michael Wong is at 66%, but it's been tough. He's been sacked 23 times, 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, a lot of them coming from linebackers, plays over the middle. 1,700 yards, almost 1,800, and 11 touchdowns. Definitely has hit a sophomore slump of sorts. He's also fumbled 7 times. It has not been ideal. He needs to start getting down a little bit more. It's been an issue. Rakeem Blackman definitely needs a few more touches per game, take the load off of Wong a bit. 113 carries, 531 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. Good on the season so far. Darius Jackson's been very good as a secondary back, 28 for 148, 5.3 yards per carry, and 4 touchdowns. And Tavio Hoyt has definitely filled a nice role, the rookie out of Central Michigan. Receiving-wise, Kent Clements and DeMarcus Edens lead the way with 25 receptions each. Michael Thomas, 24, Blackman, 22, Hopkins, 20, and the rookie out of Purdue, Rashad Maxey, with 16. Good distribution, but it also speaks to the fact that these guys just aren't getting open at the same clip as someone like DeAndre Hopkins was. I mean, Hopkins played in 5 games, had 20 receptions, but it was really 4 games and maybe a little bit of a half. So, definitely something to be a little bit concerned by moving forward. But this is the big area of concern. It's sacks. 8 allowed by Stuvance, 5 from Kalu, 4 from Armstead, 2 from Kraft. None from Kretzel, which has been fantastic. But it's just been a tough go of things in pass blocking, and it's unfortunate. On defense, Shad Houston leads the way in tackles, but obviously we're going to be missing him for a little while as he fractured his foot against Seattle. Then it's Sam Moreland, Nickel Shillings, Von Bell, Kendall Fuller, John Hastings, Jordan, Fassitt, etc. Trey Waynes has a nice amount of tackles. Shillings leads the way with 9 tackles for a loss, Houston with 8, Jordan with 7. On to sacks, 10 for Nickel Shillings so far, 8.5 for Cameron Jordan, 3.5 for the rookie Victor Melvin, 1.5 for Tanner, 1.5 for Hastings, 1.5 for Rankins, etc. Interceptions, 4 for Fassitt, 2 for Hastings, 2 for Von Bell, 1 for Anthony, Fuller, and Bro. But Jocqua Fassitt has really been the excellent player. He's been intercepting deep passes on contested routes, definitely doing a great job at the point of contact. Deflections, Kendall Fuller has 6, Bell has 4, Moreland has 3. Okay, forced fumbles, last category, 2 for Shillings, 1 for Melvin, 1 for Shad. Will Lutz, 12 for 14 on field goals. He has a block, and he also has 2 missed field goals. The only true miss was against Seattle, and it might have cost us the game in hindsight, but definitely been good this season. Javier Moran, been spectacular. 28 punts, 47.8 average, 11 inside the 20, only 1 block. Kick return, punt return, been very straightforward as well. Looking around the rest of the league, Andrew Luck leads the way in passing yards, followed by Brody Cochran and Tom Brady in his 19th season. Colby Ditka, then Jameis Winston, etc. Touchdowns, that is all Luck, Rodgers, then Brady, Ditka, Ryan. Connor Levine looking great for the Steelers. Interceptions, Goff has the most, then Cam, then Ditka, then Stafford, Wilson, Rodgers, Rashawn Traylor, then us, Cochran, etc. Yards per game, Andrew Luck, 341. That's crazy. Yards per attempt, for anyone who's throwing a significant amount of passes, that would be, wow, Brian Campbell, not bad. Ben Roethlisberger, no, it's Stanley Hartsock, then it's Zachary McAllister, Matt Ryan, Larry Flynn, etc. Most times sacked, Stafford 33, Dalton 32, Newton 31, Bridgewater 26, us 23. Definitely not ideal, and there's Vernon Adams, 3 touchdowns, 5 picks, 59%. Rushing yards leader, it is Melvin Gordon, followed by Doug Martin, Jaden Fluker, AP, Spikes, then Blackman. 4.7 yards per attempt seems to be the average for the top guys. Zeke at 5.1. Touchdowns, 9 for Gordon, 8 for Mason, 6 for Martin, 6 for Carlos Williams. Fumbles, Wong leads the way, unfortunately, then Melvin Gordon. Jalen Murray as well. Broken tackles. Morgan Gilraith, 21. He is such a star, man. 97 speed, 93 carrying. Just absurd. On to receivers, Jack Percy leads the way with 45 receptions in his second season out of Tennessee. Marvin Jones right there with him. Yards, this is the big one. Travis Kelce and Jeremy Maclin, 2 Kansas City wide receivers or targets. That's crazy. And Odell, Devontae Parker, Julio, Hilton, Casper, etc. Touchdowns, it's Michael Floyd, then Cobb, Zebedee Lincoln. 68 overall, Zebedee Lincoln has 6 touchdowns. No idea how. Darian Strickland, Odell Beckham, Judah McClain. Good player, just not that great. Not bad. Blocking, who is the worst offensive lineman in the land? That is Jake Fisher. Sean Shaughnessy, another rough go of things in pass pro. That's dropping fast. 68 pass blocking. Yikes. Riley Reef, Remmers, Dingle. Okay, on to the AFC for tackles. Demario Davis, Darren Lee, Avery Williamson, Eric Kendricks, Keon Horn. Tackles for a loss, Brandon Williams, Dontare Poe, Damakong Su, and Geno Atkins. Sacks, it's Henry Anderson and Joey Bosa at the top. Malik Jackson, Kason Brown looking pretty good too. Interceptions, 5 for Chris Harris Jr., a bunch of guys with 3. In the NFC, tackles, it is Shad Houston leading the way, then Ogletree and Malaluga. Garrick Sampy's up there as well. Tackles for a loss, Fletcher Cox, Jonathan Hankins, then Nickel Shillings, then Shad Houston. Sacks, it is Nickel Shillings leading the way with 10. Robert Quinn, Cam Jordan, Brandon Graham right behind him. Interceptions, Jocqua Fassitt leads that category. Randall with 3, Coleman with 3. Like I said, a bunch of guys with 3. For the previous players of the week, Aaron Rodgers has won it, 3 weeks in a row, from weeks 2 to 4. Then it's Matt Ryan and Preston Smith, Winston and Joey Bosa. Week 6, it was Wong and Kenny Clark, Jarvis Cochran and Darren Lee. And this past week, it's been Dak Prescott and Jordan Hicks, Ben Roethlisberger, who is finally back, and Chris Harris Jr. Some re-signings that happened: Javon Hargrave, Michael Thomas, James Stone, Josh Wells a 4-year deal, Kevin Minter a 4-year extension, Derek Watt a 3-year extension, and Dak Prescott 3 years, 18 mil, little light. Malik Collins, 3 years, 13 mil. Deion Jones, 5 for 19. Some small contracts mid-season. Guess they're getting the hometown discount, I guess. But these are some pretty good players getting very short-term contracts. Artie Burns, 4 for 24. Jeff Allen, 3 for 13. Demaryius Thomas, 3 for 28. Paxton Lynch, 4 for 74. That's the big one right there. Raven Clark, decent. Ryan Kelly, 5 for 37.8. Julius Thomas, 4 for 28. Taylor Decker, 5 for 26. Kevin Dodd gets re-signed. Kenzie Alexander, 3 for 14. Osweiler, 3 for 20. I guess he hasn't been too terrible. Josh Gordon, a huge extension, 4 for 30 mil. Corey Coleman, 4 for 31 mil. So both wide receivers long-term extended. Theo Riddick, nice. Jalen Smith, 5 years, good for him. Zeke as well. Carson Wentz, 4 for 62. These are light contracts, man. Definitely something that needs to be improved in the future. But Bobby Wagner, 4 for 38. Not bad at all. And we're going to end with this, because we are facing the Buccaneers in the next episode. Zachary McAllister, 9 touchdowns, 7 picks, 65%, 1,400 yards on the season. Only been sacked 7 times. We hope to change that. Doug Martin, 129 carries, 606 yards, 4.7 yards per attempt, and 6 touchdowns. Okay, not bad. Ruben Randall, their leading receiver. How did that happen? Mike Evans, Kendall Wright, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Is Evans hurt? No, he's fine. Kendall Wright, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Okay. Blocking, who's been the culprit allowing the sacks? 3 for Kendall Goff, 1 for Marpet, and 1 for Brandon Cartwright. Tackling, Lamonte David, Quan Alexander. Okay. Tackles for a loss, Gerald McCoy. Sacks, 3.5 for William Golston, 2.5 for him. Lamonte David, 3 interceptions, 2 for Hargraves, 1 for Alexander, 1 for Prude, 1 for Canty. Let's see their injuries. And no injuries, go figure. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the league recap for week number 7. We'll be taking on the Buccaneers next time. I'm Moonlightswami, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace!